Let me tell you about the most dangerous place you'll find poisonous mushrooms, your own backyard. Not some exotic forest, not a remote wilderness area, the lawn where your children play, the garden bed where you grow tomatoes, the mulched area around your ornamental trees. After a good rain, mushrooms pop up seemingly overnight, and homeowners make a fatal assumption: this is my yard. I know the space. These mushrooms must be safe, or at least familiar. This assumption kills people every single year. Here's why residential yards are particularly dangerous environments. Your lawn is exposed to diverse spore sources that you can't control. Those mushroom spores arrive in commercial mulch shipped from across the country. They drift over from neighboring properties. They're deposited in bird droppings. They're carried on your shoes from that hike you took last month. Your yard becomes an unpredictable mixing ground for potentially dozens of mushroom species. People develop false security from temporal familiarity. A mushroom grew in this exact spot last year, and it looked the same, so this must be the same species. But mushrooms from completely different species can look identical, and just because last year's mushroom was benign doesn't mean this year's is the same organism. Spore germination is unpredictable. Species composition changes year to year based on weather patterns, soil conditions, and random chance. Let's talk about the common toxic species found in residential settings. Chlorophyllum molybdites, the green-spored parasol, is the most common cause of mushroom poisoning in North America, and it loves lawns. It's a handsome mushroom, large, impressive, looks like it could be edible. It causes violent gastrointestinal distress, requiring hospitalization. Various Ammonitis species, including death caps and destroying angels, establish themselves in yards, particularly if you have oak trees or other hardwoods. These mushrooms form symbiotic relationships with tree roots, and once established, they return year after year. Then there's Galerina marginata, a small brown mushroom that grows on wood debris, buried roots, or wood chip mulch. It contains the same deadly amatoxins as death caps, but looks utterly unremarkable. People have died from eating mushrooms they found growing in their landscaping. Yard management strategies become critical, especially with children. You need to teach kids that mushrooms are not toys, not food, not safe to touch and taste. Young children are naturally curious and put things in their mouths. A single bite of the wrong mushroom can be fatal for a small child. Remove mushrooms before they sporulate if you're concerned about spread, but understand this is a never-ending battle. Those spores are already in your soil, and environmental conditions determine when they fruit. Here's the reality check. Rain creates sudden mushroom blooms that tempt foragers precisely because they appear abundant and accessible. Look at all these free mushrooms right in my yard. The abundance creates a false sense of opportunity. But your backyard isn't a curated safe space. It's a random assemblage of fungi that could include killers mixed in with harmless species, and you can't tell them apart without expert knowledge. The mushrooms don't care that this is your property. They don't follow rules of residential safety. Treat your yard like wild terrain, because that's exactly what it is.